This video is brought to you by BurbankClothing.com. Streetwear with a message. There's been new evidence that came out in the Tory Lanez, Megan Thee Stallion situation, right? Well, this new evidence, it turns out, is in the form of a video of a Ring doorbell. Megan Thee Stallion decided to respond to Tory Lanez. It instantly got shut down by a congresswoman out of Florida. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into the response, and then we're going to listen to what this congresswoman had to say. Y'all, this is crazy, y'all. Make sure y'all smash that like button, bro. Smash the hell out of that like button for this one.
When are y'all gonna stop making me have to relive being shot by Tory? At what point are Tory and y'all fans gonna stop lying? Like, how much is the check to keep harassing me? Why is this happening every day? 1 minute y'all said I was never shot. Now y'all letting him play in y'all face again and say I was shot, but it wasn't him. Oh, okay. I'm sick of this ish. Leave me the F alone. He ain't dare get on that stand and deny he shot me, and that was his choice because he knows he did that ish. I don't give a F about a blog or a bot. Why in the F would me, Megan Thee Stallion, have to lie on this MF about shooting me? How y'all mad at the person that got shot? Facts are facts. He did it. It was proven in court. F the hate campaign on the internet. Tory, you shot me. Ain't no new effing evidence. Y'all been saying the same ish for years. Tory, please leave me alone. You are a effing demon. I'm off this silly internet. Bye.
All right, shout out to Urban Politicians TV for reading that for us. That was Megan's response. Well, Megan, first of all, people don't believe you because you've been caught lying multiple times about it. You asked how come, why would you have to lie on Tory? That's exactly what we wanted to know. You've already been caught lying on him multiple times. And it's starting to seem like she's been caught lying again. We're going to listen to what this congresswoman out of Florida had to say. And she claims she has a video.
Lane's supporters believe that the media doesn't care because Megan Thee Stallion is represented by Jay-Z's Rock Nation. Now, I could give a damn about Jay-Z or his company. This just wasn't a case on my radar until now. Why? Anna Paulina Luna. She is a representative from Florida. You see her here on a regular basis. She says she's got new evidence, says it wasn't him. And she joins us now. Representative APL, it's good to have you.
Hey, this is looking pretty bad for Megan. You have a politician, a sitting congresswoman, saying that she has proof that Tory did not do this, that Megan lied. This is already bad for Megan. No matter what the courts turn around and say, this is already bad for Megan.
Thanks, Chris. Happy to be back on. And thanks for taking a look at this case.
No, listen, you tell me to take a look at it, I'll look at it. But why did you look at it? I mean, this isn't your jurisdiction. I don't know you to have any connection to any of these people.
Yeah, so as you know, we are on oversight and accountability. And so this case was actually initially flagged for me by Amber Rose. And the reason why I took a particular...
Did she say Amber Rose? Amber Rose is sticking up for Tory too? Now that, whatever. I'm still a little shook about this congresswoman being on Tory's side and saying she got proof that he didn't do it.
Our interest in it is because of the fact that they actually had evidence that they presented to me in my office that actually disproved the conviction. So as you stated earlier, that 0.01% of DNA, they actually found 4 people's DNA on that firearm, none of which was Tory's. Not to mention there was 0 fingerprints on the actual magazine. And also too, as you said, 0.01% chance. I mean, that evidence in itself should pretty much speak for itself. Also, there's...
Yeah, because if there's 4 different sets of DNA on there, not one of them belongs to him, how do you single him out? What sense does that make?
There's been ring footage that's been obtained that actually disproves the whole dance, Megan. And so what we're seeing is really there's
a video.
She said the evidence wasn't actually respected and properly adhered to actually in the trial. And then they also were doing something that I would find pretty wild and egregious. They're actually submitting his lyrics for rap as evidence to the crime. So look, first and foremost, you have to have a free and fair society. That means we need to respect and uphold the justice system. So I actually reached out today to Gavin Newsom's office, and we are are requesting an emergency meeting. We're also working with other Democrats, specifically to the California delegation. But I think that this is something that's pretty egregious, that the way that this was handled, the way that it was. I think that it was largely driven by headlines. And aside from the people involved and the parties involved, obviously I take domestic violence, I take this very seriously, Chris, but I also take very seriously the fact that I do believe, based on the evidence that I've seen, that Tory's innocent. And I think that it sets a really bad message when you have someone of his stature, and also to someone that is as influential as he is, that's being wrongfully incarcerated. And that's exactly why we wanted to use our megaphone for a good reason and help get him his pardon, which I think he'll get.
So Luna, who did it? I mean, she says, and her friends say, that he did it, and who else would have done it, and what proof do you have to support that? I get it. Maybe they didn't make the case the right way with the weapon, but who did it?
You know, Chris, that's not for me to weigh in, and that's definitely for the judge and the jury. But what I will tell you is, based on the evidence that we have, the evidence that we have says that he wasn't the guy. And so I do think that Gavin Newsom has some great attorneys that will look at this. But I'd also like to point out that the prosecutor specifically on this case that initially brought the charges is a very interesting prosecutor. Look into who ran him. And at the end of the day, you know, I think Hollywood, as you know, Chris, and politics does overlap, and there's a lot of interesting stuff that happened there. So look at the evidence for yourself. We've posted it for the entire world to see, to determine for themselves. And I know that Tory's legal team actually has an incredible case. And so we are calling on Gavin Newsom to issue that pardon immediately. And also remember, he was almost killed in jail. I actually talked to him today on the phone, and he said that once he does get out, once he does get this pardon, which I do feel confident that he'll be getting, he's going to work extensively in prison reform, because this should never happen to anyone.
Anna Paulina Luna, this is a really interesting one. I've never covered a situation like this before, but I appreciate you using your platform, and let the legal team know. We'll be reaching out if they want to come on to make the case. I'm happy to hear it, and we'll check in with the governor's office as well. Thank you very much for coming on.
Yeah. Of course. And Chris, too, if you want, we can probably connect you with his dad as well. I think it's important for people to know all the facts.
Yeah, I'm here for it. I'll check in with you right after the show. Thanks.
I think I briefly heard her mention that they posted it somewhere, the actual evidence. I hadn't been able to find it as of yet, but I did find an article talking about this, and they posted some tweets of hers where she was actually going in, explaining herself even further. Just spoke with Tory Lanez from inside prison. Despite being stabbed multiple times, his spirit remains unbroken, and he's deeply grateful for the opportunity to prove his innocence. The question now: when will the governor finally review the case and pardon him? I swear to God, I can read, you guys. Tory Lanez has filed a direct appeal habeas petition for successive habeas, all now consolidated by the California Court of Appeals. They have seated a panel or arguments or are coming. This case is far from over. Due process matters. Tory Lanez was sentenced to 10 years despite having no prior record, largely due to a firearm enhancement law now under scrutiny for racial bias. Black defendants face 92% higher rates of this enhancement. That's not justice. That's discrimination. The forensic evidence in the Lanez case was deeply flawed. 0.01% chance his DNA was on the firearm. 0% chance on the magazine. No fingerprints. DNA from 4 individuals found. Tory wasn't primary contributor. Key gunshot residue test never performed on others. This raises serious doubt. Now, as far as I remember, Tory didn't have any on him, right? But Kelsey did, right? Newly surfaced body cam and medical records show Megan Thee Stallion initially claimed she stepped on glass. Oh, so that's where that comes from. Okay. ER records show no bullet fragments on x-rays. Bullet fragments are allegedly removed are now missing. Evidence handling was a disaster. Okay, so that's where the whole glass thing comes from. That came from out of Megan's mouth herself. All right. Under California's Racial Justice Act and recent legislation, I know I said it wrong, limiting the use of rap lyrics and character evidence, Tory Lanez deserves a full review. His conviction was built on an outdated, unconstitutional ground. Damn, she's still going. Key witnesses changed their stories or contradicted themselves. One admitted in court she lied in a DA interview. Another gave a sworn statement that Harris admitted to firing the gun. The case deserves fresh eyes and full transparency. Jeez. Tory Lanez conviction and sentencing raises major constitutional concerns. First Amendment, use of lyrics as evidence. Sixth Amendment, right to confrontation. 14th Amendment, equal protection under racially biased enhancements. These issues demand urgent review. Justice isn't served when due process is ignored, evidence is mishandled, and race plays a role in sentencing. Tory Lanez deserves a fair hearing. If justice prevails, he deserves his freedom. Tory Lanez's defense was denied full access to DNA evidence. That's that's not allowed, right? What do they call that? Y'all let me know down in the comment section what they call that. Withholding evidence? Am I correct on that? Entire samples were used up by the prosecution before defense testing. Reports weren't shared until just before trial. That's a violation of due process. So I don't know, you guys. They're making the case for Tory Lanez to get a new trial and get out of prison. Like I said earlier, this is bad for Megan. When no matter what the courts say, even if the courts still stick with their thing, this is bad for Megan. That's there's an actual representative of the United States government saying that she saw evidence that it was not Tory Lanez. And if you listen to what she said he wasn't the guy. So maybe it was the bodyguard. Who knows? I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this shit down in the comment section. Hey, this is my video for today. Hey, if you guys new to the channel and you made it this far, make sure you go down and hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit the bell icon. That way YouTube notifies you every time I drop a new video, you guys. All right, and when you get that notification, make sure you watch the video. That helps the video get into the YouTube algorithm a lot faster and helps it get a lot more views on it, you guys, which brings in more revenue for the channel. It's free for you guys to do. What else is free is smashing the hell out of that like button and dropping a quick comment. It's all free for you guys to do. It all helps the channel bring in revenue. All right, guys, it shows YouTube that we're getting engagement and that people are liking these videos. All right, liking the information coming out in these videos. Make sure you guys smash that like button. Make sure you go over and visit burbankclothing.com. That's who this video is brought to you guys by. Hey, for now, it's your boy King Charm. I'm out this bitch. Peace.